Hello everyone. Let's begin with ICSE 2026 Chemistry paper solution. In this video, we are going to cover section A. Okay, so to begin with section A, the first question, as we all know, in question 1, it comprises of 15 MCQs. Let's begin with the first one. A non-metal which reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid to form two gases which turns lime water milky. As we all know, the two gases which can turn lime water milky are CO2 and SO2. So which non-metal can form these two gases with sulfuric acid? The answer goes carbon. C plus concentrated H2SO4, we get CO2 plus SO2 plus H2O. Now come to the next question. Which of the following element pairs will form an ionic bond? As we all know, ionic bonds are formed between a pair of a non-metal and a metal. So in group 2, it comprises of metals, and group 17 comprises of non-metals. So this metal and non-metal, this combination can be forming ionic bond. So the answer goes R, which is option C. To begin with the third MCQ, the electronic configuration of an element is 282, which means it's talking about magnesium. The hydroxide of this element can produce dash hydroxyl ions per molecules. So magnesium hydroxide is MgOH whole 2. MgOH whole 2 will be producing 2 hydroxyl ion per molecule. So the answer goes option B. Next, the fourth MCQ. With respect to electrolysis of copper 2 sulfate solution using copper electrode, which one is correct? As we all know, the copper sulfate solution electrolysis, there are two cases against it. One is copper electrode and the other one is platinum electrode in case of anode. But let's see in case of what happens in case of copper electrode. The copper metal deposited at the negative electrode means at cathode. So copper metal gets deposited at the cathode in both the cases. So this is the correct answer. Option A. MCQ number 5. Identify the equation which shows the reaction of ethane with chlorine. So as we all know, ethane is an alkane, so it will show a substitution reaction. So substitution means over here it happens like one hydrogen will leave and the chlorine takes its place. So the answer will be C2H5Cl, this one, plus HCl. So option number C. MCQ number 6. A hydrocarbon X undergoes the reaction under suitable conditions as shown below. So this is the hydrocarbon and the reaction is going on. Okay, fine. Which compound is or R is unsaturated? Okay, so among these three compounds X, Y, Z, which one is unsaturated? Unsaturation is seen with respect to the double or triple bond. So over here in Y, we can see a double bond present. So only Y will be the answer. Option B. MCQ number 7. Rita added dilute HCl to 4 metals. She recorded her observations in the table below. While noting her observations, she made some errors. Which observations made by Rita are correct? Fine. So let's see with copper. In case of copper and dilute HCl, we know the reaction do not take place, but it's saying that a gas is given off. So this is wrong. Next comes iron. When iron reacts with dilute HCl, we know we get FeCl2 plus H2. So a gas is given off. Yes, it's correct. So number 2 can be the answer. Magnesium. Yes, magnesium when reacts with dilute HCl, we know we get MgCl2 plus H2. So again, a gas is given off, but over here it's saying no gas. So this is wrong. So 3 will not be the answer. Zn this time. Zn plus dilute HCl, you get hydrogen gas again, ZnCl2 plus hydrogen. So a gas is given off, so this is correct again. So 2 and 4 will be the correct. So both 2 and 4, option number D is the correct answer. MCQ number 8. An atom X forms an ion according to the equation. We can see X is forming X plus 2. So X is losing 2 electrons. Which atomic number of the atom X will be? Okay. So as we know, the atomic number 12, its EC will be 282. So it's having 2 electron in its outermost shell, which it will be losing to form octet stable. So this will be the case of X. So the answer goes option number C. Next, salt can be prepared by the action of dilute acid on Okay, base, on carbonates, on metals, on sulfides, very good. But the method which cannot be used for the preparation of copper salt. So in case you want to prepare copper salt, which method cannot be used? In case of copper salt, if you use some copper base with dilute acid, you get the copper salt. So this is again right. Well, it is asked which cannot be used. Next come carbonate. Yes, if you use copper carbonate plus dilute acid, you get a copper salt. So this is also a done thing. If you use the copper metal itself, Cu plus again dilute maybe HCl, no, the reaction do not take place. And with sulfite, yes, the reaction again take place. So copper metal, if you use just the metal to form a copper salt, it's not possible if you use some dilute acid. So answer is option C, number 3. Okay. Now come to the next MCQ number 10. A compound that has the highest melting point. Highest melting point resembles only the ionic compounds, and among the following examples, sodium chloride is the only ionic compound present, rest are covalent. So answer goes option number B, sodium chloride. MCQ question 11. There's assertion reason question. The assertion states that dilute sulfuric acid is a stronger electrolyte than concentrated sulfuric acid, which is absolutely correct. And it is because dilute sulfuric acid is having a lot of water to it. So the concentration part of the ions concentration increases. Hence it's a strong electrolyte. Fine. What the reason it's stating? Dilute sulfuric acid have higher concentration of mobile or moving or free ions. Correct. Reason is absolutely correct. So the answer goes option C. Both A and R are true, and R is the correct explanation. MCQ number 12. What volume of carbon dioxide is produced at STP when 5 liters of propane is burned completely? Okay, as the equations suggest, this is a question from Gay-Lussac's law. You can see over here, propane is 1 volume and carbon dioxide is 3 volume. So 1 volume is producing 3 volume of carbon dioxide. So 5 liter will produce triple of it. So 15 liter will be the answer. Option number B is the correct answer. MCQ number 13. An unsaturated hydrocarbon with 3 carbon atoms and 6 hydrogen atoms. So 3 carbon atoms resemble C3 and 6 atoms of hydrogen means H6. So the hydrogen atom is double of that. So according to the general formula for alkenes, it is CnH2n. So this will be C3. So prop and ene. So option number C is the answer. Prop ene. MCQ question 14. Again, an assertion reason question. In the electrolysis of acidulated water, the volume of hydrogen liberated is twice the volume of oxygen formed. Yes, it's absolutely correct. We have seen it with reaction as well as in the diagram also. What the reason says, water has hydrogen and oxygen in the ratio 1:2 by volume. No, it's 2:1 by volume. So the reason is wrong. The answer goes option number B. Option number A. A is true, but R is false. So the reason is false here. Now come to the last MCQ. In the electrolysis of molten aluminium oxide, for extraction of aluminium, the following reaction takes place. Okay, the reaction takes place at the negative electrode. As we all know, negative electrode is the cathode, and in cathode, reduction takes place. So reduction means gain of electron. So among all the reactions given, gain of electron is only the aluminium case. So 1. So the answer will be option A, 1. So after completing the MCQ, we are heading to question number 2. Given below is the industrial process for the manufacture of ammonia. Study the schematic diagram to answer the following. Okay, a diagram is also provided here. Question 1. Name the process. Okay, we all know the industrial process of ammonia is called Haber's process. Haber''S. Next, which catalyst is used in the above process? As we all know, it is finely divided iron. In the above diagram setup, how is ammonia gas separated from the unreacted gas to obtain liquid ammonia? So over here you can see liquid ammonia is getting formed again by, you can write by condensation or by liquefaction, both goes correct. Next, which 2 properties of ammonia can be demonstrated by the fountain experiment? So again questions from Haber and then to fountain. So fountain experiment, the 2 function or the 2 outcome or the 2 role of fountain experiment. is number one. You can write the first one as like ammonia gas is highly soluble in water, and the second is ammonia gas is alkaline in nature or basic in nature. Okay, now to begin with question 2, number 2, identify the terms or compounds. So here you have to write terms, no formula allowed, okay? A compound which reacts with water to give acetylene gas. Acetylene is C2H2 and C2H2 is getting formed with water, okay? It's a lab preparation of C2H2. So the answer is calcium carbide. Next, the gas evolved when sodium propanoate is heated with soda lime. As we know, sodium propanoate and soda lime, these reagents are used in the lab preparation, and since it's propanoate, there are already 3 carbon atoms. So the alkane which is getting formed from it is next, a reddish brown precipitate. Okay, question again from analytical. When ferric chloride reacts with alkali, so the answer goes ferric hydroxide. Avoid writing formula. Okay, next, a pair of electrons present in an atom which is not shared with any other atoms. Okay, not shared means they are the lone pair. If you write lone pair or lone pair of electrons, both are correct. Next, the relative molecular mass of a substance expressed in grams. So whenever you express RMM in gram, it becomes GMM, gram molecular mass. Okay. Now, to begin with question 2, number 3, match the following. It was very easy. The first one we can see CuO plus C gives Cu plus Co. So in this case, CuO is getting reduced to Cu, and carbon is getting oxidized to Co. So both oxidation and reduction is taking place. So the answer goes 4 redox. So A, the answer is 4 redox. Next, number B, aluminium is gaining electron, and we all know gaining of electron is known as reduction. So number B, the answer is 3 reduction. Next, C, PbBr2 is getting dissociated. You can see ions are getting formed. This is an ionic compound and ions are dissociated. So the answer will go number 5, electrolytic dissociation. Number D, oxide ion is losing 2 electrons. So loss of electron is oxidation. So D, the answer is 1, oxidation. E, HCl is forming H plus and Cl minus. HCl is a polar covalent molecule, and polar covalent molecules do not show dissociation, they show ionization. So the answer is 2, ionization. Heading on to question 2, number 4. Fill in the blanks. Options were given. It was so easy. Just have to choose the answer and write the correct option. The oxide which dissolves in caustic potash. Okay, some oxides which dissolve in caustic potash or caustic soda, they are the amphoteric oxides. So not a CuO at all. It is ZNO. So the answer is ZNO. Next, the reaction that take place at anode. We all know at anode oxidation take place. So loss of electron actually takes place at anode. But in this case, which one will be the answer in anode? Like anode is a positively charged electrode. So positive charge electrode, which ion goes to anode? The negative charge. So this Br minus, this goes to anode, lost its electron to form Br2. So this will be the answer, not the first one. This is the answer. Okay. Next, the volume occupied by 8 gram of oxygen gas at STP. Again, you get a question from mole concept again over here. So they are asking oxygen and 8 gram of oxygen. Okay, let's see. As we all know, oxygen gas, the O2 molecule, is having a mass of 32 gram. That is, 1 mole of O2 is having a mass of 32 gram, which means its molar volume will be 22.4 liter. But the question suggests that oxygen is 8 gram. So what will be the answer? What will be the volume of 8 gram of oxygen? Just 32 have become 8. So 4 times reduction. So over here also you can just do a simple unitary method to come to the answer, 5.6 liter. Number 4, dash does not give hydrogen gas when it reacts with cold and very dilute nitric acid. We all know cold and very dilute nitric acid, to give hydrogen gas, it's the only one, 2 metals only can do this. One is magnesium and one is manganese. So one of the option is manganese is given here, but it's stated that does not. So the answer is not manganese. It has to be the other one, and that is copper. And basically copper do not give hydrogen gas when it reacts with cold, dilute or very dilute or whatever be the case. Next, dash is a polar covalent molecule. We all know CCl4 is non-polar and HCl is the polar one, right? So HCl will be the answer. Coming to the IUPAC naming. Okay, firstly, during IUPAC naming, no spelling error will be considered. Okay, the first question was this. First, you have to understand which is the long chain. So over here, I can understand the long chain is the one which consists of the maximum number of carbon atoms. So this is the long chain. It is having 4 carbon atoms, and numbering. If it's having a functional group, you have to number it in such a way that the functional group gets the lowest position. So 1, 2. So 2 in 2 position, the alcohol, which is alcohol is hanging. So in the long chain, there are 4 carbons. So the answer will be bute. And then all carbon, carbon, carbon single bond. So butan. And in the second position, 2. The alcohol is present, so all. So the answer goes butan, 2, all, and you have to write that 2. You can't ignore that 2. Okay, fine. Next comes to the next IUPAC naming. Over here also, first you have to understand what is the long chain. Which one is the long chain? Again, long chain comprises of the a chain which is having the maximum number of carbon atoms. So over here we can see 5 carbon atoms are here. So 1, 2, 3. If you numbering it from right to left or left to right, it's the third position where you can see a substitutional group is hanging from it, which is the methyl group. So 3 position, it's having the methyl. So 3 methyl. Long chain, 5 carbon. So pent. Carbon, carbon, carbon single bond, pent, and. So this way you have to write clearly with proper hyphen, with proper spelling and everything for the IUPAC namings. Okay. Draw structural diagram for each of the following. Butanal. Okay. Butanal, bute, the root word bute means how many carbon you have to draw? 4. Butan, and so there is a carbon-carbon single bond. So all carbon-carbon single bond I have drawn. And al means aldehyde, and that too the aldehyde position is not mentioned. Matlab it's 1. Okay, so in 1 over here, if I give this carbon as 1, over here it will be the aldehyde group. So CHO, and the rest you have to balance all the carbon with hydrogen. If you miss even one hydrogen, you get 0. So this is butanal, and you have to draw it structurally, not condensed version. Okay, you have to draw it structurally. Next, pent to ine. Pent means you have to draw 5 carbon atoms. 2 ine, second position, there is a triple bond. 2 ine. So this is the second position. You have to draw the triple bond for ine, and rest you have to balance it all the carbon atoms with hydrogen. If you miss a single carbon atom balancing, you get 0. Next comes the isomer of N-butane. We all know again bute. Bute means 4 carbon atoms, but this time you are asked to draw isomer of butane. So what will I draw? I'll draw, if I would have drawn this, then it would have been the normal butane, but I have to draw the isomer of the normal butane. So you have to break the chain basically, and I just made it sure that 1 carbon atom gets hanged from the second carbon. So over here you can see it's a chain isomer I'm drawing, and balance the hand of carbon with hydrogen. In the next video, we are to begin with section B of the ICSE 2026 chemistry paper. Thank you.